Okay, so from the headlines, astronomer CEO caught with HR chief on Coldplay kiss cam, resigns amid scandal. A viral moment at a Coldplay concert has led to the resignation. Okay, goes on again. If you don't know what this is talking about, you don't need to know. Trust me, your life is not missing anything if you don't know. I guess I wish I didn't know, but I do know. A lot of people were asking, could you comment on this? I don't really have a lot to say about it, but I do want to just mention one aspect of this because I think so much has been said about this incident that there's not a lot for me to add. I saw a comment, I don't even want to mention from whom, but a person who's just the real term for it, by the way, is a gadfly. You can go Google that word, but a gadfly basically is somebody who intentionally, you might call a troll actually today, but somebody who intentionally engages in annoying discourse just for the sake of it. So someone was making a comment, I think it's a crass comment, like, if you're going to go do something stupid where you're going to lose half your fortune, why would you do it over this, whatever. The implication was that this woman who the CEO was ostensibly, allegedly having an affair with, he could have picked somebody younger or more attractive. That was the implication. So that really sort of stood out to me because I think it showed a basic misunderstanding of what happened. You need to understand something. And I don't know this guy and I don't know this lady, but this is called pattern recognition. And if everything I'm saying here is wrong, it's wrong, okay? But I'm just saying based on the patterns, based on the numerous times where I've seen this play out. You think this is about lust? You think this is about even romance? You think this is even about a man and a woman? That's not what it is. That's not what it is. Again, this is pattern recognition. I'm going to make some generalizations, sweeping generalizations. I could be completely off base because any guess could always be wrong. But first of all, just know something about a CEO. I know I'm going to say something about somebody I don't even know, but in general, CEOs have a certain personality type. There have been studies about this, that it's basically a psychopathic personality type. That, a CEO and a serial killer are not that different in personality profiles. Okay, so you're talking about people who get to where they're at in life because they don't have a lot of compassion for other human beings. And to the contrary, they get a thrill from flouting rules, from being higher than rules, from being, in sort of like a twisted, arrested adolescent, like pseudo-Nietzschean, like, I am better than the masses. The rules are for them, not for me. So here's what you have to understand. The whole concept of this like extramarital affair, it's not even about attraction in the conventional sense that you may be thinking about it. It's about power and about showing that you don't have to follow the rules, which is the whole reason you're saying, oh, how dumb they were to be out in public. Why were they out in public? That was what he was getting off on. Do you not understand that? Do you not understand? The people who are commenting say, why couldn't he find someone younger and more beautiful? Like, it's not about youth and beauty. It's about, look what I can get away with, which is why it was done in public. That's the thrill of it. I'm out in public doing this. That's why that other employee from the company was there. Okay, the whole point was, I'm doing it in public, and there's a witness. There's somebody here who knows exactly the nature of this relationship, knows that it's wrong, and I'm still doing it. And that's why also it was the HR lady. Don't you understand? That wasn't an accident. That was the whole allure of it, because the whole job of HR is to stop this type of thing from happening, right? That's her whole job, is to stop this kind of thing. So what could be a greater power play to show, not a cold play, a power play to show, I don't even know what a cold play is, by the way. That's what it's called. Yeah, cold play. What could be a greater power play than to not only break the rules, but to break the rules with the person whose entire job is to stop people from breaking rules? So that's the whole allure. And, I sound like I'm only focusing on him. She's, they're two peas in a pod. They're the same thing. And she's, now I'm going to make generalizations about HR people. But again, what's her whole thing? Her whole thing is about rules. Her whole thing is about trying to legislate or govern how other people behave. And so there's a certain twisted satisfaction. And again, I don't know these people. I'm not saying this is for sure true about them. I'm just speaking about the stereotypes. And I'll tell you in a minute why I'm speaking about stereotypes, because why is this useful? Why am I wasting my time speaking this way? But let me just finish what I'm saying. Just like there's a CEO profile, there's an HR lady profile. And yes, I said HR lady. Yes, I hope that's not sexist, but there is something specific about that. Just like most CEOs are men, okay? And most HR nudniks, I think that's the technical term, are HR ladies. Okay, there's a reason why men who want to show their power over others become CEOs. Many women who want to show their powers over become in charge of enforcing rules. And then when these two find each other and say, let's break the rules together, not just our marriage vows, but everything that we stand for, that's the ultimate thrill to them. So now you understand, it's not not love, romance, attraction, or even lust in the conventional sense. It's an addiction to being better than everyone else, different than everyone else, having an exemption that no one else has. Okay, so why am I even speaking about these stereotypes? Since A, I have no idea if it applies in this case. I don't know these people. B, I'm speaking such vague generalities. It could be true about so many different people. Like, what are we gaining here? Who am I speaking to right now? Here's who I'm speaking to. This is why I'm choosing to address this topic, even though in some ways I feel kind of like dirty even talking about it. And maybe I'll even delete this after I'm finished recording. But here's why I'm talking about it. Because many people out there have been hurt by people like this guy and like this lady. Maybe you were married to someone like this. Maybe you are married to someone like this. Maybe you work for someone like this. Or maybe you just are friends or acquaintances. But here's what I want you to understand. There are people who will hurt you, who will betray you in the deepest of ways. And what I want you to know is it's not personal. You are collateral damage. They are doing what they're doing because the only way they're capable of feeling anything is by breaking rules and showing that they don't have to be normal. If you happen to be the collateral damage, the person who happens to stand in the way of their following normal moral behavior, you're the one who's going to end up catching a stray. But this is what I want you to know. Like, please, please, please. I know when you end up crossing paths with a person like this, or even worse than crossing paths, becoming entangled for a long period of time. Maybe even, like I said, maybe you're married to someone like this. Okay? It can be devastating on your own self-esteem. Like, what makes me so unworthy that someone would treat me this way? And I want you to know is, please don't take it personally. It has nothing to do with you. It literally has nothing to do with you. They didn't reject you. They didn't find a fault in you. It's not even that they're taking advantage of a weakness in you. They're trying to show they can do whatever they please, and you happen to be standing in the way of that. So if it ever happened to you, if this gives you any type of comfort or at least context so that you can move on with your life, I wanted to share that. In a twisted, sick way, Andrew Tate is kind of giving good advice, which is what makes his take so alluring, because he is appealing to a certain truth.